Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to carry on reading Crindle Cracks from chapter 3. Wendy screamed and hid behind the refrigerator. Winston screamed and hid behind the gas cooker. It's not my fault, he cried. It's not my fault. Winston was always saying it's not my fault. For example, a couple of days ago, when Wendy complained about how hot it was, Winston said, It's not my fault. And when Ruskin said he didn't have any school friends, when a light bulb fused, when Wendy broke a cup, when a car backfired, when a dog started barking, to these and many other things, Winston's immediate and only response was, It's not my fault. Ruskin stood on the chair, staring at the ball. It looked like an ostrich egg in a nest of toast. Who said it was your fault? Ruskin told his dad. It's Elvis's ball again, that's all. Winston said, That's the third time Elvis has broken one of our kitchen windows. Not to mention all my ruined toast, Wendy said. Then she added, Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. Most people on Lizard Street were afraid of Elvis Cave. He was very tall and very strong, and always wore the clothes of an American footballer. Huge padded shoulders, tight trousers, and a shiny black helmet with a visor. Also, his voice was so deep for an 11-year-old that sometimes when he shouted, it made the teeth in Ruskin's head vibrate. Elvis and Ruskin were in the same class at school. Once, when they were both as small as each other, they had been friends. There had been three of them, in fact, Ruskin, Elvis, and Sparky Walnut. But then Elvis became tall and big and started scaring people. He stopped being friends with Ruskin. Sparky, who was scared, followed Elvis, and Ruskin was left without a friend, except for Corky, the school caretaker. There was a knocking at the front door. It's not my fault, Winston gasped. Polly Wolly Doodle all the day, Wendy gasped. The knocking got louder. Give him his ball back, Winston said. But you shouldn't give it back to him, Ruskin insisted, stamping his foot. Elvis is always breaking our windows, and we can't afford new ones. Look, most of our kitchen windows have been replaced with newspaper. And it's not just ours, it's everyone's on Lizard Street. And no one ever says anything or complains because Elvis is tall and strong and they're all afraid of him. And they're afraid of what his mum and dad will say. Elvis even breaks windows when he sleepwalks. Elvis had been caught sleepwalking several times, bouncing his ball. The ball made a distinctive liquid sound when it bounced that can only be described as de-boing. The knocking at the door grew louder. Elvis called through the letterbox. If you don't give me my ball back, I'll knock your door down, you silly bunch of splinters. It's not my fault, Winston gasped. Polly Wolly Doodle all the day, Wendy gasped. Ruskin picked the ball up, jumped off the chair, and opened the street door. Chapter 4. Elvis stood on the doorstep, glaring down at Ruskin. Behind Elvis stood Sparky. Sparky was Ruskin's height, had a face full of freckles, crew-cut hair, and always wore the clothes of an American baseball player, including a black cap. Give me my ball, you useless splinter, Elvis growled. Ruskin handed the ball back to him. Lumps of marmalade were stuck to it. You've made it all sticky, Elvis complained. Right, Sparky? Yes, sir, Sparky said. Sparky responded with yes, sir, to everything Elvis said. Clean it, Elvis demanded, thrusting the ball into Ruskin's chest. Why should I? Ruskin asked. It's your fault it's got our breakfast on it. You shouldn't have smashed it through our window. Besides, it was my ball in the first place. You stole it from me. Ruskin stopped speaking as Elvis grabbed his frizzy hair and picked him up. Elvis stared into Ruskin's eyes, or rather his thick-lensed glasses. What a thin, weak, ugly little splinter you are, Elvis said. Right, Sparky? Yes, sir, Sparky said. Now, Elvis continued, When I put you down, I want you to pick every bit of stickiness from my, repeat, my football. Understand? It was very uncomfortable to be held by the hair, so Ruskin said, "All right." Elvis put him down. Ruskin wiped the marmalade from the football. "Good little Splinter," Elvis said, taking the ball back. Elvis walked away down Lizard Street, followed by Sparky. Da-boing, da-boing went the ball as Elvis bounced it. Ruskin closed the door and returned to the kitchen. "What nasty boys your old friends have turned into," Wendy said. "It's only Elvis," Ruskin said. "Sparky's just afraid of him." Then he looked around and asked, "Where's Dad?" "Gone back to our bedroom," Wendy replied. "He hid behind the gas cooker for a while, mumbling 'it's not my fault' over and over again, then sneaked upstairs in case there was any trouble. You know what he's like." Wendy buttered a slice of toast and gave it to Ruskin. "Take this up to him," she said. "He didn't have a chance to finish his breakfast." "I'll be late for school," began Ruskin. "Oh, I don't ask you to do much," Wendy complained. "Just take it up. I've got all this mess to clear up. All I can see is toast and broken glass. Oh, Polly Wolly Doodle all the day." That's the end of chapter 4. We will do chapter 5 tomorrow.